Most people assume that small town life means that they have to choose between community and access, like they have to choose between opportunity and quiet. But what if you could live in a place that you didn't have to choose? What if you could live in a place where everybody knows your name and where you feel like you belong? And what if you could live 30 minutes from everything that you need and still have all of the quiet, all of the serene, and everything that speaks to your soul? That's where we are today. Welcome to Postcards and Porchlights. My name is Dania, and we are here in the beautiful town of St. Mary's today. On this channel, we showcase communities that speak to your heart and speak to your soul, that you feel like you can belong to. And so today we are here in the town of St. Mary's. We are standing at the beautiful historic public library. And back in 2008, I actually relocated from British Columbia to Ontario. And for a time, I actually worked here in the town of St. Mary's. I lived a short distance away in a smaller community called Mitchell, and I commuted here. I worked at the St. Mary's District Collegiate and Vocational Institute, or what they call DCVI, a fancy name for their high school. And what I learned is that in Ontario, you don't have to actually live here to work here. I also found out that St. Mary's is very easy to fall in love with. In this video, we're going to walk you through what it's like to live here in the town of St. Mary's, what's available to you here, and what it actually feels like. Go into it a little more in depth than regular videos that you might see, and really let you see inside the community. Let's go. So what is St. Mary's really? It's a place that most people drive past without knowing what they're missing. But if you take the time to actually see it, to understand where it is, what shaped it, and how people live there, something shifts. Let me show you. St. Mary's is located in Perth County in southwestern Ontario. And location matters because where it sits in relation to everything else. This isn't random geography, it's strategic. London is 20 minutes south, a city of about 430,000 people. That's your regional hub for hospitals, universities, major shopping, cultural institutions, and job markets. Close enough to access where you need it, far enough that you are not a suburb. Kitchener is about 45 minutes away. Stratford, famous for theatre and dining, is only 30 minutes. Toronto is roughly 2 hours, and if you want to cross into the US, the border is about 2.5 hours away. St. Mary's has access to Via Rail, which allows day trips to all of your favorite places while not driving on the busier highways. What this positioning means, you get the best of both worlds. You have a real community with its own identity, and you have rapid access to major centers without living in them. That's harder to find than you think. St. Mary's is a population of about 7,000. That's the size where you know people, but you're not so small that there's nothing happening. You're not a suburb, you're a real town with your own identity. But to understand St. Mary's, you have to understand what built it. In the 1800s, St. Mary's didn't exist because someone decided it was a nice place to live. It existed because of limestone, a significant quarry, the reason the town exists. People came because the stone was here. They extracted it, they built with it, and over time, a community grew around that industry. That's not ancient history you can ignore. It's the foundation of everything you see today. The buildings downtown, the architecture, and the character of the place. It all comes from the same limestone that was pulled out of the ground. When you walk through St. Mary's, you're walking through a physical record of that history. The quarry itself is a powerful symbol of how the town evolves. Commercial mining stopped in the 1920s. The abandoned pit filled with natural spring water and became what's now known as Canada's largest outdoor freshwater swimming pool, a public recreation facility that's been central to the community ever since. The quarry went from industrial to beloved gathering place. That tells you how St. Mary's thinks. The Opera House was built in 1897. It's still here, still beautiful, and that tells you something crucial about this community. They don't tear things down and rebuild. They maintain, they preserve. This is a place where history matters, where what came before is worth keeping. The downtown itself is a point of interest. It's walkable, everything is close. You can park and spend an hour exploring the whole center. And what you notice immediately is the pride. Canadian flags fly from businesses, from homes. It's not performative, it's genuine and patriotic, and people here are proud of where they live. What operates downtown matters. Local restaurants, not chains. Coffee shops run by people who live here. Shops owned by people who know their customers by name. Your money stays in the community. The person making your coffee remembers you next week. The Baseball Hall of Fame is St. Mary's signature point of interest, a landmark that speaks to what this community values, and we're going to come back to that later. But it's on the Thames River that really defines the place. The Trestle Bridge, iconic, historic, beautiful, marks the heart of the walking path that winds through town. People walk it constantly. It's where the town gathers, and it's where you slow down and remember why you chose to live somewhere with nature at its center, not concrete. Saturday morning, there's a farmer's market. Local farmers, local food, people you recognize. You're not buying products shipped from somewhere else. You're buying from the person who grew it. You can ask them about their crops, and they remember you next week. That's the rhythm of life here. It's intentional, it's connected. Agriculture is still significant in the region. Farms, produce, livestock. It's not the only economy. You've got manufacturing, small industrial operations that serve broader markets, trades, plumbers, electricians, contractors, retail service businesses, hospitality, the healthcare sector, education, the school, community programs. The economy is diversified and it's not dependent on one employer. For recreation, in addition to baseball and the quarry, St. Mary's has several golf courses offering options right in the community. Established courses where golfers gather in a beautiful setting. Education matters when you're considering a move. St. Mary's has the St. Mary's District Collegiate Vocational Institution, a secondary school that serves the community and the surrounding area. The school is integrated into the town. The teachers know families. The community supports the school. It's not just a building, it's part of the fabric. There are also elementary schools in the community. What parents consistently mention is the quality of relationships. Teachers know your kids. Principals know your name. The school functions as part of the community, not separate from it. Class sizes are smaller than you'd find in larger urban centers. That means individualized attention. That means your kid isn't just a number. Beyond test scores, though the schools perform well, what matters is the culture. The school is where your kids build friendships that last. It's where you meet other families. It's where the community gathers. If you're looking for schools that function as real community institutions, not just educational buildings, St. Mary's delivers that. Recreation here is about actually doing, not just accessing. In St. Mary's, baseball and hockey are very much alive. Kids play, families go to games, they cheer each other on. It's real, and they're learning to live, not just exist. And then there's the quarry. From late June through early September, the St. Mary's Quarry opens up as public swimming area. It's reasonable $7.50 admission. You get cliff jumping, a water slide, a 25-foot water trampoline. What more could you ask? Well, the water is cold, and it stays around 10 degrees Celsius year-round from groundwater. And there's no shallow end. It's deep, it's real, and it's the kind of place where your kids build courage, learn their limits, and come home exhausted and happy. In winter, River Valley Golf and Tube transforms the landscape. In an 800-foot snowslide, 100 feet high, where kids and adults alike fly down at thrilling speeds, there's a tow rope that gets you back to the top, and so you can tube again and again without climbing. A cozy chalet to warm up in between runs with hot food and drinks. The entire experience is designed for families and friends to spend a couple of hours together, laughing, screaming, and making memories. It's not fancy. It's real winter community fun. Beyond that, the river itself offers constant recreation, kayaking, walking, quiet time, nature, integrated into daily life. Healthcare is practical. St. Mary's has the St. Mary's Memorial Hospital, a district hospital serving the community. For routine care, emergencies, and local healthcare needs, you're covered locally. There are doctors' offices and clinics in town, and family physicians who serve in the area. You build relationships with your healthcare providers. They know your history, and they know your family. For specialized care, serious surgery, specialists you can't find locally, major trauma, you have options. London Health Sciences Centre in London is about 30 minutes away. Stratford has a regional facility 30 minutes out. Kitchener-Waterloo is about 45 minutes out. And if you need cardiology, oncology, advanced surgery, or any specialized treatment, it's accessible without being far away. Housing here runs the full spectrum. You've got century-old Victorian homes with character, original details, and bones that tell a story. Mid-century bungalows that are solid, well-maintained, and established in good neighborhoods. And newer construction with modern builds and townhomes that offer clean lines, contemporary finishes, and move-in ready options. That range matters because it means that there's actually price diversity. You're not locked into one bracket. In St. Mary's, housing prices can range from the lower $500,000s to over $1 million depending on the type of home, the size of home, the upgrades, the square footage, and the location. A Victorian heritage home might start at the lower end or might walk you right through the mid-range up into the upper levels over $1 million depending on the condition. A fully renovated modern home on a larger lot could be at the higher end for you. A fully renovated modern home on a large lot could be at the higher end. A townhome or a smaller bungalow might be in the lower to mid-range. Now let's put that into context. That's the crucial part. In London, just 20 to 30 minutes away, the average single detached home sells for approximately $740,000. In Stratford, comparable homes average about $777,000. Over in Kitchener, you're looking at approximately $760,000 for an average single detached home. In St. Mary's, your range is from $500,000 to well over $1 million, depending on what you're buying. That means you can enter the market at a significantly lower price point than the surrounding cities. You can afford a home here that you might not afford in London or Stratford. Or if you want something larger or more upgraded, you can still be in a comparable price range while living in a real community instead of a larger city. And the neighborhoods themselves are established and safe. Kids play outside, and you recognize people on your street. The homes are maintained, and there's a mix of long-time residents and newer people, which creates stability without stagnation. The housing market here is stable but active. You have options. You actually have time to choose instead of panic buying the first thing that comes on the market. What this means practically, a young family can afford a home here. A couple retiring can downsize without breaking the bank. Someone starting a business can afford to live here on a modest income, and you're not choosing between affording a house and affording to eat. St. Mary's has been here since the 1800s. It's built on something real, literally on stone. The Opera House is still standing. The quarry shaped its beginning and its character. People still care. That's not an accident, that's choice. That's what happens when a community decides what matters is worth keeping. You've seen where it is, close to major centers but distinct. You've seen its history, rooted in something real. You've seen what's there, points of interest, amenities, recreation, and schools. You've seen how you'd live in a community where you're known, in a home where you can afford, and access to everything you need. But before you move to a place like St. Mary's, ask yourself, do I want to be known? Do I want my kids going to school where the teachers actually know them? Do I want healthcare I can access locally and major medical centers nearby? Do I want to pick up tubing in the winter instead of scrolling? Can I be part of something instead of just passing through? Can I afford to actually live here while building the life I want? If the answer is yes, then St. Mary's has been waiting for people like you for 150 years.
St. Mary's, built on limestone, shaped by the rivers and held together
By the people that know your name. If this is a community that you think that you would like to relocate to, please make sure that you reach out to us through the links in the show notes. Make sure to follow along on all of our social media platforms so that you can find out about which communities we're going to be seeing next, and you can participate and comment on the ones that you like the most, and let us know where you would like to see us go. Thank you for following, and we'll see you in the next video.